Captain Zavis activated his Vox once more. "Guardswoman Victoria, report to my quarters." He waited, contemplating how this next conversation would differ from the others. As a member of the Imperial Guard, Victoria would bring a different perspective to the team, and likely different concerns about serving alongside Astartes. The sound of regulation boots in the corridor announced her arrival. She entered with crisp military precision, snapping to attention before his nocturne stone desk. Her markswoman's hands were steady at her sides, her uniform impeccable. "Be seated, guardswoman." He gestured to one of the initiate-crafted chairs. Victoria sat with practiced care, clearly aware of both the honor and irregularity of being summoned to a Space Marine captain's quarters. Her posture remained perfect, though the chair's simple construction must have felt strange compared to Imperial Guard furniture. "I'll be direct," Zavis began. "I'm assembling a team for the Hunters Games, and I want you as our markswoman." He noted how she maintained her composure at this unexpected news, though her eyes showed quick calculation, the same measured assessment that made her such an excellent shot. "At ease, Corporal," he said. "Though we discussed this earlier, I wanted to make your selection for the Hunters Games official." "Thank you, sir," she replied, settling into one of the initiate-crafted chairs. Her red eyes showed both pride and determination. "I've already begun reviewing ship schematics that might prove useful during the trials." "Good. You'll be serving with Brother Tiberius as veteran, Brothers Arcturus and Kedon, Initiates Marcus and Doran, and Engineer Fault." He paused. "Have you worked with any of them before?" "Helped Brother Arcturus access some old engineering logs last month," she nodded. "And Fault. She has a good eye for mechanical detail. Helped spot a misaligned coolant valve during her patrol route." "That's exactly why you were chosen," Zavis said. "Your technical expertise combined with your ability to work across divisions. These games will test more than just individual skills. Understanding both the physical and spiritual aspects of our vessels," she quoted his words from their previous conversation, a slight smile crossing her oil-smudged features. "Indeed. Now it's official. You're part of the team." The guardswoman stood to attention and was dismissed. Chapter 7. Finishing the last of his now cold recaf, Captain Zavis rose from behind his nocturne stone desk and reached for his helm. The morning's meetings had gone well. His team was assembled, each member chosen with purpose. "Perhaps," he thought to himself as his helm seals clicked into place, "I should visit the library and research these games myself." After all, it had been 3 decades since the last Hunters Games. The chapter's records would contain details of past trials, winning strategies, and potential pitfalls to avoid. His team was strong, a veteran's experience, a scholar's knowledge, a psyker's insight, initiate's enthusiasm, a markswoman's precision, and an engineer's expertise. But victory would require more than just individual talents. As he prepared to leave his quarters, his eyes fell one last time on the child's drawing near his desk. Even amid preparation for competition, it served as a reminder of their greater purpose. These games would strengthen not just his team, but the bonds between all 3 ships of their fleet. The library awaited, its ancient texts holding wisdom from past trials. Time to learn what challenges his team might face. In his quarters aboard the Charging Bull, Chapter Master Volix's massive emerald-armored form leaned forward as a sharp chirp emanated from one of his desk displays. His ebony features focused on the notification, a message from Sister Helga. His right power fist pressed against the activation rune, careful despite its size and integrated flamer. The message flickered to life, displaying just 5 simple words. "It is done, my lord." A smile crossed the chapter master's dark features. Sister Helga's message confirmed what he'd hoped. Captain Zavis had been successfully maneuvered into participating in the Hunters Games. Like Sister Helena, Helga understood the delicate art of guiding their commanders while maintaining the illusion of choice. He had already begun assembling his own team for the games. Like Captain Zavis, he understood the importance of proper balance: veteran, battle brothers, initiates, and crew. Though in his case the selection carried additional weight. As chapter master, his team's performance would set an example for the entire fleet. Around him, the Charging Bull hummed with activity, its crew already beginning to buzz with rumors about the upcoming games. Though no official announcement had been made, the signs were clear to those who knew where to look. Increased training activities, tech priests reviewing old trial protocols, barge mothers discussing logistics. The chapter master's smile lingered as he contemplated the competitions ahead. These games would test more than just martial skill. They would reveal character, build unity, and perhaps prepare them all for whatever awaited in the Nephilim sector. Aboard the Sword of Dawn, a very different selection process was underway. Unlike the careful choosing occurring on the other vessels, here tradition dictated that participants be chosen by lot. The gathering area around the selection boxes was packed with hopeful participants. Warriors and crew members pressed forward, each trying to reach the appropriate box for their rank. Veterans crowded around one box, battle brothers another, while initiates practically wrestled for position near their designated container. "Move aside, brother," called out one battle brother, straining to reach past his fellows. "The Emperor favors the bold." Near the crew selection box, a particularly determined group of engineers argued about proper queue protocol, while deckhands and maintenance staff jostled for position. Even some of the tech priests had joined the throng, their mechadendrites holding their name slips ready. The barge mothers watched the chaos with varying degrees of amusement, maintaining order when necessary, but generally allowing the enthusiastic display of interest. After all, this too was tradition, the eager scramble to participate in the legendary Hunters Games. "Remember," called out one veteran observer, "once your name goes in, there's no taking it back. Choose wisely which trials you think you can face." The crowd continued to surge around the boxes, each participant hoping fate would smile upon them when the lots were drawn. This method might lack the careful planning of the other ships, but it had its own way of creating unexpected but effective teams. Around the selection boxes aboard the Sword of Dawn, hopes and doubts mingled in the minds of those pressing forward to submit their names. "Emperor, guide my hand," thought a young initiate, clutching his name-slip tightly. "Brother Marius says I'm not ready, but how else will I prove myself?" A battle brother pushed forward, his mind racing. 3 decades since the last games. What glory awaits the victors? What challenges must we face? He dropped his name in with practiced confidence, though uncertainty lurked beneath. "The veterans make it look so easy," worried a newer crew member, hesitating near her box. "But someone has to represent the maintenance decks. Why not me?" Near the tech priest section, binary prayers mixed with ambition. "The machine spirits themselves will judge our worthiness," one thought, mechadendrites carefully placing his designation into the box. "Let them find me worthy." "Just like my first void battle," a veteran mused, watching the younger warriors scramble. Same fire in their eyes, same hunger to prove themselves. He placed his name in with deliberate care, remembering his own first games. A young engineer fought her way forward, thoughts focused. "I know these ships better than most. If I'm chosen, I'll show them engineering is as vital as combat skill." Through it all, the boxes slowly filled, each name-slip carrying its owner's hopes, fears, and dreams of glory in the Hunters' Games.